So I want to talk to you today, right now, about recruiting EAs because it's very important that we do this right now. It's the best time. There's never a bad time to recruit new EAs. We should always be doing it. I mean, our compensation plan, we always show, 5-3-5. Go get 3 energy advisors, five customers, 3 energy advisors, and then help them get 5 customers. And some people say, well, that's all you do is 5-3-5 once. No, you keep doing that. You keep recruiting people. Somebody asked me the other day, and I looked it up to give them an answer to their question. This was a new prospect, a prospect that joined, and he asked this question. He said, how many people, if you look at people that are at like senior director and above, this is what he asked me. Because he said, he literally asked me, for people that have 5,000 or more customers on their team, how many people have they sponsored on average? And so I answered him. I looked it up. I didn't know the answer. It was a great answer. I kind of generally knew what it was. So that means that they're senior director or above. So senior directors, partners, regional partners, and senior partners. Okay, out of all of those people in our company, what is the average that they've recruited, that they've personally sponsored? You guys, the average is 18. 18 people. That's the average. And nobody is less than 12. So I'm telling you right now, we're proving it out. If you want to get to senior director or above, you need to be sponsoring a lot of people. Not a lot, but more than 3. Okay. So that you continually have growth happening. And the wider you go, the more profitable you are. And the deeper you go, the more stable. So with this profitability, depth is security. You want a combination of both. Okay, now a lot of these people that have gone senior director or above, they've actually recruited more than an average of 17, 18, 20 people because they are able to have those people join in certain teams by matching people up together and helping someone who lives in Illinois work with another person that they know in Illinois. Maybe they didn't know each other, or maybe they're in the same area, or they're in the same industry. There's many reasons why you might pair them up. But the point is, you continually sponsor people. So if you want to get to the next level in your business, now is the best time we've ever had in the history of our company to recruit new EAs and personally sponsor people. So here are some keys to recruiting new energy advisors. All right. First, rework your list. I always do this. I talk to leaders. I ask them. They always do this in advance of major events like our national convention, like the time of year, like the promotions that are coming up, like the news that we have about Texas and other markets that are going to be opening up, and events that are going to be happening in those markets to make those markets more attractive. Again, knowing what you have your hands on, you always rework your list in advance of these major things that happen in your business and in your life. Okay, major events. Even a major event like this, I had somebody that, he said, I just got laid off from my job and I'm getting paid for like the next, 2 months. They gave me 2 months severance. And I said, well, that's a major event in your life. He said, what should I do? I said, you need to rework your list because you just had a major event happen in your life and now you have more time than you've ever had. You're going to be going maybe looking for a new job, but hey, why not put more time into this? And maybe you don't even need another job by the time 2 months or 3 months or whatever it is for your severance, runs out. So rework your list because of major events in the business or in your life. Always do that. I rework my list every quarter. Every change of season, I rework my list. And I've done that ever since I've been in the business because I learned it a long time ago from someone who was very successful. If you haven't reworked your list in the last 90 days, it's old, it's stale, and you haven't put the people on it that are new that you've met. And each 90 days that goes by, you're in a different mindset. And so you start to think of different people. So rework your list, expand your horizons. Go on to LinkedIn, go on to Facebook, connect with people, ask to connect with them. All you have to do is ask. Somebody said to me, well, how do you get so many connections on LinkedIn? How do you get so many connections on Facebook? I reach out and ask for them to connect. Like I send them a connection request. And most of the time I'll send them a message too. Like if I see them on Facebook, I'll send them a connection request on Facebook, a friend request. But I'll comment, something. Hey, I saw this comment that you said, or hey, I looked at your profile and I see that you do this. Something that makes it unique. The same thing on LinkedIn. Whenever I see somebody that's been in the same industry as me, I'm like, bam, I'm gonna go and connect on them with them on LinkedIn. So just send them a connection request, and you can send them a personal message after that too, which will make them recognize you more. you know and I always like to include my contact info whenever I give somebody send somebody a connection request. I like to let them have my contact info as well. So I'll put in the message that I send to them, hey, I sent you a connection request, I'd like to network with you a little bit, like to find out more about what you do and stuff like that. I saw that you and I have a similar background. Maybe we can hop on the phone for a few minutes sometime and personally get to know each other. Maybe we can help each other with our careers. I don't know, something crazy like that, right? And so I'll say, here's my cell phone and here's my email, so I'd love to connect with you. That will make them connect with you on LinkedIn. If you send them, the statistics show that if you send them a personal message, the likelihood that they connect and add you to their network on LinkedIn is higher of any personal message, even if it's like, hi, I'd love to connect with you. That's it. But when you put your personal contact information in and you put a message in there that says, hey, I'd like to network with you a little bit. Maybe we can help each other out with our careers and our professions, because you know what it is? Yeah, sometimes I'll say, because you and I both know, and I don't even know who they are, but I'll say, you and I both probably know this. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's why LinkedIn was made. So when you put your contact info in there, they're more than happy to connect with you, and you'll raise your odds. I think it's like 95 to 99% of people will connect with you if you give them your contact info, because it's like you're being wide open with them. And you'll be amazed how many people send a message back to you and say, here's my email, here's my phone number, before they even hit the connect button, because the message was great. Okay? You're looking to help. You're genuinely looking to help people. Focus on areas of the country when you're on LinkedIn, and backgrounds. Like if they're in energy, I mean, are you kidding me? You have to connect with them. Whatever they're in energy, you have to connect with them. You guys know you can go onto LinkedIn and look up anything. You can go into the search feature or the advanced search feature, and you can look for people in Texas. You can look for people in Illinois. You can look for people in Connecticut. You can look for people that are in network marketing, in energy, that are in sales, that are business owners. You can search for anything and find people. All right, so definitely do that. Every time someone joins my team, and especially when I personally sponsor someone, I go in and look for, if they joined and they're from Champaign, Illinois, I go in and look for how many people I can find in certain industries that live within 100 miles or whatever of Champaign, Illinois. I want to go and connect with some local people there because our team just grew in that market. I would be stupid. It would be like the dumbest thing in the world to not go find people where other energy advisors already exist. You guys, that's how this works. So use things to your advantage. What's your DMO? Your daily method of operation. Okay? You want to have a big key to recruiting new EAs? You need to be reaching out to new people every day. Whether it's 3 people, I don't like when someone says, I said, look, pick any number you want. I say pick any number you want as long as it's 3 or more. Don't reach out to one person a day, because that's not going to give you a good cadence. It's not going to give you a good pattern. You're going to get rusty every day if you only reach out to one person a day. And it literally only takes a minute to reach out to someone. So spend 3 minutes. I don't know what it is, 3, 5, 10 plus people a day. We have people on our team that are reaching out to 40, 50 people a day. They're just reaching out to them electronically, via text. They're making a phone call, whatever it is, sending an email. Set up reminders to remind you. See, when I first started in this business, I didn't have a habit of doing that. And so I set up reminders, okay, so that I got reminded every time, every day, in the morning when I would get up, my phone, right, would remind me, or my computer would remind me, or I put a reminder like on some, some people put it like in the mirror in the bathroom. They tape something to the bathroom mirror so that they see it every day. They see the message, the reminder I had that says, make sure you reach out to 3 people today. I had somebody that did that. And instead of taping it up at the top of the mirror, this person got really smart and they found like some kind of suction cup thing that they could move on the mirror. And they put it in the middle of their face every day so that, when they went to bed after they brushed their teeth, they put it in the middle of their face. See, now that makes you think, you go to bed thinking, I'm gonna reach out to some people. Then when you get up to brush your teeth, go to the bathroom, whatever it is, you see in the mirror, you get ready in the morning. You see in the mirror, it's right where your face is. You have to move it again. You just reminded yourself. So lots of ways to trick yourself into being successful. Read something positive. That's a good thing to do. Or listen to something positive. Positive affirmations set your tone. See, before I ever go and talk to somebody, if I'm going to reach out, before I ever reach out to anybody, I always go through a thing in my mind. I say it out loud sometimes. Sometimes I say it when there are people around me so they can ask me, why am I doing that? Sometimes I just say it quietly. But if I'm getting ready to reach out to somebody, I don't care if I'm sending them a message on Facebook instead of electronic, or I'm calling them on the phone or whatever, or I'm face to face with them, or I'm going to walk into, this restaurant that I know the person who works there and I'm going to talk to them. Before I do that, I'm going to get myself into the right mindset, the right tone, so that I can increase my odds. So I say things to myself like, because I've learned this a long time ago through reading books that talked about positive affirmations. But I sit there and I go, man, when I go in here, these people, when I talk to these people today, or when I reach out to these people today, they are going to know that somebody good came into their life. I'm going to blow their doors in. They've never met anybody like me. They've never seen an opportunity like this before to change their life. There's a 2 out of 3 chance that they're living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm coming in and swooping in as their savior, as the person who can help them move forward. They're begging to join my business. That's what I say to myself before I reach out to anybody every day, every single day. And when you say things like that to yourself, you can't help but become that person, or exhibit those qualities that you keep saying to yourself. You spoke it into existence. Okay, that's how this works. And you'll get better the more you read. Like if you read as much as I've read, or as regularly as I read, you could do this training yourself right now, no doubt. Practice. Practice your contacts with people. Practice, how you sound on the phone. Call up your wife on the phone and contact your wife. Make believe. Do some role playing. Get some feedback. Get your wording down, your inflection, and always ask questions to people when you're talking to them. The best thing you can be is curious. See, a lot of people when you get onto the phone with someone, you start to think and get nervous. Well, what am I going to say? Just be curious about them. Just be genuinely, curious and inquisitive about them and their life. The more you can get someone to talk about them, the more they like you. The person asking the questions is in control. So when you start asking people, and I love to ask people questions. So tell me about your business. Like, what do you do? What's your day like? Tell me about your family and your background. What do you do? What industries have you worked in the past? You know, I like to ask them, if time and money didn't matter, what would you be doing with your life? Start asking them questions that make them think. And then thanks for connecting with me. And I'm going to expand on this, okay? Because when you're reaching out to people to expand your horizons quickly, and anybody can expand your horizons quickly right now. You can go on LinkedIn and expand your horizons right now. You just have to get a LinkedIn profile, and just get one. If you don't have one, get one. If you don't have a Facebook one, get one. Say, well, I don't go on Facebook. Well, go on Facebook to recruit people, just to meet people. You don't have to use it. You don't have to believe in it, but people are there. There are people on Facebook that are looking for you, and you're looking for them, and you just didn't go on Facebook. It's fine. You don't have to, but I'm just letting you know. So inviting. This is, I just wrote this off of top of my head just before this event, just before this training. Okay. And this is not something you do verbatim. This is just a guideline that I'm going to give you. But if I were reaching out to somebody on LinkedIn that I didn't know, but I saw them, or on Facebook or whatever it is, and definitely on LinkedIn because it's more business oriented. Um, I'll send them a connection request and then I'll send them this message. If I can't, get right, if they don't send me their phone number or their text or whatever, or I'll text this to them. But I somehow want to get the conversation offline as fast as I can. And I want them to hear a little bit about what I'm doing. I want to have a personal connection to those people. When someone hears your voice, they like you better. When you hear their voice, you like them better. Okay, it takes it from virtual to reality. That's what it does. Okay. So, hey, I like to say, hey, thanks after they connect back with me on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Hey, thanks for connecting with me. I had a specific intent for reaching out to you, and I'd like to have a quick conversation to ask you a question that can't be handled on social media or electronically. I promise this won't be a waste of your time. I mean, you can figure it out however you want. It doesn't have to be, this is just something I came up with, off the top of my head as I was just thinking, this is how I would reach out to somebody today because this is how I feel today. You might change the wording. You might make it stronger or softer or whatever it is. But I'm just letting you know that this is the way you get to people. Okay. And then when I get on the phone with them, I want to talk to them. I want to have a quick conversation that says conversation. See, I told you I did this. I told you that I did this, just, right off the cuff, before. But yeah, let me go and fix that. I always like to fix it so I don't have to go back and do it again if I did it. But yeah, typos, those are always good. Conversation. Um, yeah. So definitely. That's how it works, you guys. And then from current slide, right? I think that's what I'm doing. Yes. Oh, I have some fonts in there from that are not in my computer. Okay. So yeah, but that's basically how you do this is you let people know, you reach out to them and let them know you have a specific intent. Like if I'm talking to someone who is like in the energy space and I'm connecting with them or they live in a certain area, if they're in Texas or they're in Illinois or whatever, the reason for the specific intent is I'm building a business. I'm expanding in that area and you go into your regular contact with people and you talk to them about the things that you can do and that you can help them with or that you can find out about them to find out if they have a pulse or a heartbeat. Hey, I'm working on a business project. We're expanding in your area. We're one of the fastest growing energy companies that's out there. And we're in a territory, in an industry that no one even knows about. I'd love to get you some information. I'm not sure if you're, fully satisfied where you are, if you're ever keeping your options open to additional income or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe you're not even looking at all. Doesn't hurt to look. But hey, I'd love to get some information to you. Now you're talking to a person and they hear your enthusiasm without being overbearing. And it makes it happen more than doing it only electronically, right? I'm telling you, this is how it works. All right. And so maybe you're talking to somebody that's in network marketing. You reached out to someone, found somebody on Facebook that's in network marketing and they're very successful at what they do. And you're not sure if they're happy where they are. So you're just like, hey, I saw that you're in a network marketing space and I'm working in an industry that's non-competitive to what you're doing, which is probably true. People are allowed to be in our business as an EA, and they're allowed to be in however many other network marketing businesses they want. We don't care. Okay? We don't care. We don't have a policy against it. So hey, you might reach out to them and say, hey, I saw that you're in network marketing in the network marketing space, and I just wanted to reach out to you. I don't know, are you making all the money that you want to make, or have you gotten everything that you wanted out of it? Are you happy with where you are? Because if you're happy with where you are, then you know what, no big deal. I just have some information I'd like to share with you. It doesn't hurt to look, but if it's not for you, just forget it. No big deal. See, and start that conversation with people. So you guys, a couple books or audiobooks that I would recommend specifically about this. And this, whether you get the Go for No original edition, you get the 21-day Go for No challenge, or you get the Go for No in network marketing for network marketing, which has Ray Higdon in it as well. Get one of these books, right? Go for the no. Go for no is the way that you should be doing this, because you're going to get more no's than yeses. But if you don't go through no's, if you don't get no's, you're never going to get where you want to go, plain and simple. So get these books, get these audiobooks. These are all on Amazon. They're all in paperback. They're all in, audiobook format as well. If you like to listen to it in the car or whatever, or listen to it when you're jogging or whatever, it's there. You can also, I always make it a point to let people know, when you go to see, like, let's say you're buying a new book on Amazon, Go for No Network for Network Marketing. And it's, I don't know, I'm just giving an example. It's $20 for the book. You realize if you scroll down below that, you can actually see where they have used, like all pre-used, used books, just like used cars, used books, right? And sometimes you can get them for like $1 plus $3 shipping. Like I just did this with one of these with Go for No. I needed another book because I gave mine away to somebody, and I needed another one. I ended up picking it up for like $5, including shipping and everything. But a brand new one was like, $10 or $20. So, you just never know what's going to happen. One time I bought a used book, and inside the used book, it had somebody's name that they had written notes on and stuff like that. And they had their business card in the book. And it got shipped to me with their business card and all the notes in the book. And I called them up and I went through and contacted them, and they joined my team. Okay, because they're reading the same book I had. I mean, you talk about a connection, like that was made to happen. It's not the first time it ever happened. Now, last thing I'll do is share this with you. And I know I've gone over, but I just want to share this. I'm very passionate about this, not about toilet paper. Okay. I'm not very passionate about toilet paper. But I'm very passionate about these stories revolving around toilet paper. And if you keep in touch with, news in the last 10 years or 5 years or whatever, you'll know that Inc. magazine actually said people who hang their their toilet paper rolls this way often do make more money than people who hang their toilet paper the other way. So it's an indicator. There's an indicator there. They did a study on it for some reason. So I'm telling you, if you hang your toilet paper that way, you're probably better off. And it happens to follow the patent that came along with toilet paper was that way. But that's not the story. That's just something that's true that it's news. But two toilet paper stories. Here's why I love toilet paper. I mix toilet paper into my network marketing business as much as I possibly can. And the way I do it is when I'm contacting somebody, I always like to say to them, listen, I appreciate you taking a look at the information I'm going to send you. It might be for you or it might not be. If it's not for you, just flush it like toilet paper and forget that I ever called you. Just flush it like toilet paper and forget that I ever called you. So I mix that into what I'm doing. I say flush it if it's not for you, like toilet paper. And you know what? That little line that I learned a long time ago has made people want it, as opposed to you trying to get them to join. It turns the whole thing around and increases your posture. And the other story I'm going to tell you about toilet paper is this. I learned this a long time ago from someone who was way more successful in this industry when I was, and I went and did this to see if it worked. And the story he told me was that, he said, go get yourself, you want to hit the top rank in your company? And I said, yeah. And he said, you really want to hit the top rank? And I said, yeah. He's like, you want me to tell you the secret? I'm like, yeah. And I'm sitting there writing with pen and paper, and I'm like, what's the secret? Because I want to get to the top. And he goes, here's how you get to the top. He's like, you don't need to write anything down. He said, go get yourself a roll of toilet paper. And he said, not the one that has 1,000 sheets on it, like the 2-ply that has like 300 sheets on it. He said, and every time you reach out to someone and they don't join your team, every time you reach out to someone and they don't join your team, write their name on the piece of paper, rip off a piece of toilet paper and write their name on it and flush it down the toilet and yell, He said, but don't cross them off your list. You're going to circle back to them. He said, and by the time you get done with that 300 or 375, sheets in the role, you will be at the top rank in your company, or you will be knocking on the door. You will definitely not need to worry about money from any of your other sources of income because of what you do here. So you guys, toilet paper is the place to be. I mean, it's the thing to have. It's the thing to talk about. It's the thing to teach. It works. I'm telling you, toilet paper works in network marketing. I don't know. Toilet paper works when prospecting. Maybe we'll coin that term.